Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Joel and I am one of the two staff members teaching you how to make an itch page. If you've just finished your game it's time to get out into the world of publishing your own games. In this quick guide, I'll walk you through how to create an itch page and submit your game to the official. Let's get started. So first things first guys, you will need to create an itch.io account. If you haven't already, head over to www.itch.io and click on the register button in the top right corner. Fill in your details, verify your email and log into the account. Simple as that. So now you're logged in. Now you're on your feed page, I'd like you to click the upload game button in the top right of your feed, which will take you to a new page. This is your creator dashboard. This dashboard is where you can upload all your new projects whenever you make them. What I'd like you to do is to click create new project and we'll go through how to make your project. So what we have here is your game page project. Basically, I'd like you to put a title. So let's say my game was called Donkeyception. I would put Donkeyception and maybe what kind of platform it's on, such as VR. Under that, we have project URL, which is the URL people will visit to get to your game. A short description, basically give me a tagline of your game. Do you kill rats? Maybe you are a donkey. Tell me what the game is. Of course, it's a game, so select game. Tell me if it's downloadable, which it should be. Let me know if it's released, and set your payments to no payments. Under that, you can upload a zip file of your game, usually the size of 1 GB. Afterwards, we do have the description, where you can type anything about your game, such as control schemes or information you may need later.
Wow!
Then you also have genre. Tell me what genre your games fall under. You can pick multiple genres. And tags. Did you use AI? Did you not? Is it donkey based? Put a donkey tag in there. There is also an AI disclosure and comments and visibility of your page. Now, comments should be disabled and visibility should be public once allowed. Once you have done that, you'll be able to access your page, go back to edit game and public your page. And there we go, there's my page for Donkeyception so far.
Oh my god! Wow!
While your page isn't anything to rave about as of yet, the is. So what I suggest you do is go and Google Halesowen College Game Expo 2025 and find the itch page for the jam. You will find info on David Day's timetable if you need to infill and how to join. When you press join jam and submit projects, you get to select one of your own projects. Tell me if the game is VR or enrichment. Once you have done that, you can click submit and bang, your game is now in the Expo. You can then check that by going to submissions and checking if your game is on the page. Once you've checked that out, go to your profile in the top right and go to your game. You should be able to go to your page, and this is where we're going to start looking at editing your page. Now this section is going to concentrate specifically on creating materials for your page. So feel free to use any photo editing tools you may use, your totally legal versions of Photoshop or GIMP. The main examples I would personally use are Photopea and GIMP. While your software of choice loads up, I do recommend taking a look at West's image guide for pages on itch.io. You can find it in the description below or by searching Guide West on itch. It is an assortment of all the resolutions that you may need on your itch page, such as your banners, your screenshots, your background, etc. So I do recommend using that as a guide, as it does instruct you on how to work with these resolutions and how to implement them on your page if you do get stuck. Now let's talk about how to make a banner. So using your tool of choice, I use Photoshop. You should change your width and height to what the banner is suggested to be resolution wise on West's guide, and we could start working in Photoshop. Now the first thing I like to do is to unlock my layer and then proceed to grab the text tool. Now what I could do with this is I could select from a custom amount of fonts that I can download from the internet, to make my logo. So I'm going to use Earwig in this instance and call my game Donkeyception. Now there's a lot of cool things we can do from here. One I like to mess with is the blending options. Now blending options range from having gradients to drop shadows to all these different types of tools and effects. So what I like to mess with in particular is the drop shadow. Now I tend to try to put it in the background and make it almost a part of it with a certain type of blend, but play around with these parameters and you might find something that fits your style. Now once I'm done messing with my drop shadow, I will then mess with the gradient, and this is where I can take 2 or more colours and have them blend between one another. Once this is done, I go back to the drop shadow, I try to make it fit the gradient as much as possible, and then from there I delete the white background layer on the right, so I have an alpha channel. This is important because then you can see through the text. But I want some of the text to have an inline, so I proceed to color a new layer and cut it around the shape of the text. Feel free to mess around with every option you have. I will put a link in the description for a Photoshop tutorial if you need more information about how to do these things by following along this video or another one. Otherwise, this is how you make most of your itch page. So from here, what I'm going to do is go to File, Save As, save it as a PNG. This will be important later, and save it in a folder. Once this is done, let's talk about how to customize your itch page. So go back to your itch page, and from here, you can go to Edit Theme. This will let you change the colors of your background of your game page, text, link color, and more. So feel free to mess around with these colors. I'm going to go for a nice green aesthetic going on as my game's very greenery eccentric. And then from here, I'm going to change the background alpha, making it slightly visible. I may also change the text color as well. Now, you may be saying, I could change the font, sure, but how do I add that banner? Well, you'll see at the bottom we have images, background and banner. Now, if you go to Wes's Guide, the resolutions are there for the background as well, but I'm going to add the banner in that we just made. Now, I'm going to add a background as well, which is literally just an in-game image from the game. And I'll change some background alpha as well to make it fit, and then I'll click save to make sure this page is saved and public. Now from your page, you should go to the top left and click edit game, which should take you to your information doc where you can edit the cover image, which we're going to upload now, and add screenshots of your game as well. So you could go to add screenshot, go to your screenshots that you've taken, select them all, open, and voila. Once these are uploaded, double check it. If you have a gameplay trailer, also put that in, click save and view page, and there is your finished product. Now you may want to make some adjustments and make some changes, which is perfectly fine. Here is what Donkeyception became afterwards through some messing around with Photoshop and more. And I think you guys should be able to make an itch page from here on. Do feel free to have a look at your own submission on the Expo page. Make sure it's been submitted and all your images are on there. And double check it's under submissions. You should see it with your cover, and there you go. If you need any inspiration about how to make an itch page or want to look at any itch pages, feel free to look at my itch pages at Meet the Teacher on itch.io, or feel free to look at any game on itch.io. They are all inspirations after all. But thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial on how to make an itch page for your Halesowen College Game Expo. I hope your expos all go well and brilliantly. I hope you guys win some awards. Hope you guys have fun. Peace.